I just closed my first social media marketing client. It's currently the 18th of June. Today's the 18th of June and it is 1 a.m. I actually have my internship tomorrow, which is a little irresponsible of me, but I am honestly over the moon, right? Because I just closed my first social media marketing client and I just hopped off the sales call. It was actually a pretty easy close, but it's super crazy to think because it gave me so much to realize about, and it really gave me a reflection of how much progress I've made. And especially me being me, I'm a very unsatisfied person, so I'm never satisfied with the work that I do. I'm never satisfied with the results that I get for myself, but moments like these, small moments like these, really allow me to reflect on what I've done. And I'm only 15 years old. I'm still in high school. I'm graduating in 2 years, with the goal of not going to university at all, with the goal of leaving graduation and going to travel the world with an online business that generates me money where I can work from wherever I want, whatever I want, right? But it's crazy to think that I'm 15 years old. I'm actually turning 16 in only 5 months, which is still a pretty long time. And considering the fact that I closed my first ever client, my first ever sales call that I ever took was 8 months ago. It was actually on the night of my birthday where I closed a video editing client for $80 a month. It was on the night of my birthday. I was over the moon. And also the fact that I had to spend 3 months to learn video editing and most of business. But after having closed that first client, I really sort of tried to commit to video editing, which was totally the wrong decision because I later realized that I wasn't an entrepreneur at all. Even though I was making money, I was not anywhere near the status of being an entrepreneur because I was just a glorified employee. I was just filling in work and I wasn't solving any problems except saving time or anything like that. And so there was really a big shift between changing from organic marketing, basically video editing, all the way to paid advertising where I'm offering real results. And I just closed my first paid advertising client, and I can see obviously that with paid advertising it's going to be a lot more serious and it's going to be a lot more integrated into professionalism and business wise, right? And so it was actually a pretty easy close because of the fact that within my video editing career I had to obviously get on call with people and close them for video editing services, right? It's no different than closing websites or anything like that. It's just a whole different service delivery system. But it's still within that experience of editing videos for people, I had learned a lot. And at some point I also learned that I hated it. It was actually pretty recently that I sort of came to the conclusion that I hated video editing and I hated doing this, and I knew that it wasn't right for me. And in fact, I actually got scammed twice. I was supposed to make about $300, but I got scammed. And so it also sort of came to my mind that it wasn't legit at all, and it wasn't reliable, and it wasn't accurate, and I wasn't generating any results. It was also the fact that I wasn't generating any results that made me a commodity as a video editor. Even though it was paying me money, even though it allowed me to make multiple 4 figures, it's not what I wanted to do, and it wasn't getting real results for my clients. And that alone came back to the fact that I wasn't solving any problems and that I wasn't reaching my max potential. And so obviously having realized that, I pivoted and I completely quit video editing to go for paid advertising and paid marketing. And I actually launched my agency about 2 weeks ago. And I started cold calling, I started setting up systems, And I just closed my first client from cold calling on not an upfront payment, but for a 25% commission, which is still $250 per result that I deliver. And it's still crazy to think that I pivoted and dropped everything safe that I had to go for something greater but riskier. And the thing with business is that it's on the same scale. You know, it's just there's different levels to that. It's a game. You start from the beginning where you risk your comfort and you risk the easy part to go for something greater but harder. And obviously within business, if you're starting a business, it goes up and up from that, right? And that's essentially what I went through. And I understood that I wasn't restarting from scratch, but I was restarting from experience, which honestly allowed me to close this meeting a lot easier, apart from the fact that I was cold calling them. And it's a very established local business in the US actually, but it's still very crazy to think that 8 months ago I was closing $80 a month, and now I just closed my first social media marketing client after having made multiple 4 figures, and I'm only 15 years old. And again, me being me, I'm not somebody that's super satisfied with that, but this call alone sort of made me really reflect on that, and the fact that for the past 8 months I have been doing nothing but working every single day, and it's gonna stay that way for the next few years, eventually, until whatever happens, right? But that's what it takes, you know. And there's a formula to success actually, and it's the fact that you need the right opportunity, that you need the right timing, and with those combined, you need to manifest success from these two with a ton of hard work and discipline. And that's when the glory really manifests, you know. And the light, I don't know where I'm gonna be in 2 years. I don't know where I'm gonna be in 3 years. But what I do know is that as long as you don't give up, you basically guarantee your success. As long as you don't give up, and as long as you're working and you're showing up every single day, there's no way that you can't succeed. It's purely, you're following the law of manifestation. It's a universal law, like literally. And it's just super crazy to think. And it's also kind of funny because of the fact that I've been on many sales calls. I've closed many higher, like, upfront payment deals. But the fact that business has so many factors in it, and it shapes your mind as a person. It changes you as a person. It changes your entire life. You know, it's sort of just how you operate within it and the things that you learn. And so, yeah, regardless of the fact that I've done video editing, it's just right now, having closed my first social media marketing client is a very big step to whatever is coming next, and to the next things that I'd be achieving within my career. I honestly don't know where this is gonna go. I don't even know how I'm gonna onboard this client. The onboarding call is tomorrow, but it's just the fact that I closed them, which really allowed me to reflect on how much you can achieve, you know? As long as you just show up every single day and you have the right formula and you have the right timing, you can do anything you want. Because obviously you could put in so much hard work, but if you put it in the wrong opportunity and the wrong concept, then you're not going to reap the full rewards. And it's what I did with video editing, is that I was working like crazy. I was staying up till 4 a.m. editing my clients' videos to get paid $15. And you have to follow that formula. And you have to understand that it takes time. And I'm a very impatient person. I'm also a trader, which sort of comes in with the whole impatience thing. If you know, you know. But patience will play such a big role, because it's actually funny because this morning I was stressing about the fact that I didn't know what I was gonna do, and I was honestly completely hopeless. I also thought it was gonna be a no-show call, so, but we closed it, and it's a very weird feeling. It's not like having closed my first video editing client. It's not the same thing at all, because now with paid advertising, I'm offering real results, and with that comes a lot more rewards and a lot more authenticity and a lot of responsibility on my hands, but also a lot of legitimacy. And so it's the right opportunity, and I have the right timing. I'm putting the right amount of work because I'm showing up every single day, and now it really comes down to whether it will manifest or not. And from what I've seen so far and from what I've done so far, even though I'm seeing minimal results and I'm not seeing as many results as I want to be seeing, I'm still seeing results, you know. And even though this is a commission-based deal, I still closed my first social media marketing client after having quit my career being a video editor to achieve something greater. And so now I really advocate most of my career into paid advertising and social media marketing. And obviously there's other investments in that, a lot in crypto, and obviously a lot of different things come along with that for me to multiply my money, right? But I honestly just wanted to record this video for my future self or whatever, about the fact that I closed my first social media marketing client on the 18th of June, 2024 at 15 years old. 5 months before I'm 16, and I've got a lot coming ahead, and I don't know what that will be, but at least I know that for right now, this is where I'm at. And so we'll see where this all goes.